Welcome to another episode of afikra Quartertones. My name is Mikey Mhenna. Today on the series, I'm very proud to announce that we have Malika Zarra, a Moroccan singer, composer, and music producer, I think based between New York City and Paris, and plays and performs all over the world, and has been performing in some of the most prestigious venues globally and has collaborated with amazing musicians from the world of jazz and beyond. Malika, it is a huge honor to have you on the series. Welcome to afikra.
Thank you so much, Mikey. Thank you for your invitation. And I'm very glad to be part of this program.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I feel like the word jazz in 2023 is just this like catch-all term. And it means some stuff and it kind of doesn't mean anything. Do you like being associated? Like when people like me say, oh, you're an artist from the world of jazz. Do you kind of, like furrow your brow and say, not really? That's kind of not really true.
I don't know what to say about that, but the reason why I really like to be the time that I spend in New York, it's because it's a city that music is music. There's no boundaries, and for me, jazz is just like a key that open different doors, and that get nourished by a different kind of music. And for me, music is music. I love going in one night, listening to jazz, but also go to a metal concert and then go to a traditional one. I love that.
Yeah, it's so nice. I want to ask you a little bit about where you grew up geographically, but also musically. So I was reading your bio, and it says Malika was born in Southern Morocco, in a little village called, I think, Ouled Tema.
Yes.
So tell us about Ouled Tema and this part of Morocco that I personally was unfamiliar with.
Yeah, actually, because of it was easier for the French administration, but I was born in a little village that is still super, super small called Adouz, that it's belonging to Ouled Tema, that now is like before Ouled Tema was just like a crossroads that we call also 44, the 44. And
is that how many people were there?
No, I think it's like a road that's called 44, something like that. Now Ouled Tema is like a huge city. I was so shocked last time I went there. I couldn't recognize it. But the real village where I was born is still super, super, super small. And it's another word with figs and like on earth, like it's a houses that are still made with this I don't know how you say in English, the sand and earth.
Very cool. When you see a photo like the one I have on the screen of this part of Morocco, what senses do you remember? Like, do you remember the way it smells? Do you remember the way it sounds? Do you remember the way it tastes? Like, what is the first type of memories that come back when you think about that part of your life?
The color, the earth, the little, how do you say, rivers, like it's not even river, it's like really
streams.
Small. Yes, the streams that doesn't exist anymore because the desert is going up and up north, and the smell of the food for sure.
Yeah. So at some point you moved to Paris, you and your family moved to Paris and joined, a enormous and very culturally significant Moroccan community in Paris, obviously.
Yeah.
When did you first become involved in music? I think I read online that you started as a clarinetist.
Yes.
How cool.
Yeah, it's so funny because everybody is very curious about this clarinet thing. I mean, at home, first of all, as an African and Moroccan family, music is very important in their daily life. My mother used to dance a lot and sing a lot. So music is like food, is like meals, everyday meals, and then I was a very, very shy person. And at some point, I had some friends that decided to start a drumming march band. And they needed a clarinet player. And this is how I started. And that was a good opportunity for me also to start studying music. This is how I started.
That's so cool. Did you feel like you had when you were a kid, what songs did you love to sing as well? I mean, what was the music that you were listening to in the house growing up that you would sort of sing along to, and the music that sort of tickled you?
It's so funny because I don't remember singing at home, but my family, they told me that my brothers, sisters, and they said that I used to sing a lot all the time, and I really don't remember at all this thing, this part of my life. But at home, we were listening a lot of Shabi music, the popular music from Morocco, Hajja Hamdaouia, but also a lot of Berber, a lot of Amazigh music, because my mother comes from Amazigh family. That's why we were listening also a lot of Rais Mohind. And then because we love dancing, so American pop music was also funky stuff, etc. was part of the
yeah. Okay, cool. That sounds like a good playlist.
Yes,
Next time, invite me over. That sounds great. I want to ask you just a question, if you can. I mean, if I was, let's say I had never heard any music from North Africa, from all of North Africa. So I had, let's say I didn't have any reference points. And I heard you say that sentence, and you said, we listened to some Shabi music, we listened to some Amazigh music, we listened to some, I'm forgetting what other words you used, but let's say these terms that are really rooted in North Africa and mean different things, maybe even across, this huge, area of, 100,000 or like 100,000 square miles. Like, it's huge, obviously. But what are your definitions that you use that sort of help define these musical styles? Like, if you heard a song that you didn't know, how could you say, this sounds like a Shabi song?
So imagine, Morocco, for example, for instance, is the north west of Africa, and it's super rich music background because of his of the geographic situation. It's in Africa first.
Yeah.
Voilà,
First, let's start there.
Let's start there. And then the whole history, it's close to Spain, to Europe. It's also, in history, there were a lot of, imagine also the Silk Road that went until this point of Africa. all these influences, it's amazing. I mean, Indian influences, European influences, Middle East influences, everything with Africa, the Arabo-Andalus music. It's crazy. So rhythmically, it's extremely rich, and Morocco has been influenced with all of this, all of this music coming from all these places. Yeah. So first of all, yeah, I would say this. Just try to imagine with all of these influences what Moroccan music can be. Yeah. I don't know if it's answer.
No, it's amazing. Speaking of influences, I want to talk about some of the influences that I've heard that you have, and so I'm going to show you a few names, and I'm curious if you can mention what you think of. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you see these people, and why these people may or may not have influenced you? So the first one, for those who can't see the screen, I'm going to ask you to say who these people are and tell me why they may be influences for you.
Hajja Hamdaouia is like the biggest singers that was really. She was one of the first lady that started singing and becoming like famous in the Shabi music. And also she was she really started one of the first artists started singing all this repertoire with a small ensemble, and as a woman she was really, how do you say, I don't know how you say in English actually, in French we say even in French I forgot. But I also forgot the word.
It's okay.
No, she really, was like, she was so courageous in that time as a woman to do this kind of thing and to step up and to say, okay, guys, I know this is the man word, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it my way, and it's a very a modern way, and she did it, and she really had like a super tough life. She had a lot of. She was really successful, but at the same time, she had like a long period of like completely she was really unrespected, and while a lot of every family in like any social class would listen to her music, but at the same time she would be very poor for a super long time until the end of her life. Finally, some producers start to help her again, but she was like really a pioneer.
Interesting. Cool. I'm going to go through a couple much faster. So who's this?
Rais Mohand, the biggest star of like Amazigh music.
Like, when did you first start? When did you first start listening to Rais's work? Like, do you remember ever being introduced to his work, or it was just always around no matter when?
No, I didn't. I wasn't introduced to him. It's just my mother used to sing, and to listen to him.
Yeah,
and I can recognize his voice among lots.
Anyone? Okay, what about Warda?
Warda, Warda was. I mean, she was yeah, she has like an amazing voice, and I would say maybe in my teenage my teenage time, yeah, that was like maybe someone that was like for me at that time like a modern Arabic voice that I could recognize, and yeah.
Yeah, so cool. And Farid Atrash.
Oh yes, Farid Al-Atrash. I think my mother was in love with him. And he would have always like very hip pictures, and so I grew up with the myth of like a handsome man with an amazing voice. And
yeah, he has a very good hairline.
Yes,
Atrash has a very good hairline. Okay, so Malika, it gives us a sense of how some of your influences. Tell us about this latest album, this latest project that you've been working on, and then we're going to go back and hear some of this work.
Sure.
What have you been working on these days? Yeah.
This it's been a while that I'm working on this recording. It's called Roi, the essence, and this is my third album. That was a very specific time in my life, because also I've been that was also the time that I wanted to have an experience in Morocco. So after New York, I decided to spend some time in Morocco, and it was like kind of crazy, because it's time that it's that the time in New York that I started really to have like to be recognized also as an artist, and like a very good stuff started to show up. But I decided just to live my life and to do whatever I want, and to be to have the courage as a woman also, which is very different from a man in the business. To say, okay, whatever, I'm an artist, and I should really experience everything that I want to experience. And so I decided to go to Morocco, and then I became a mother at that time. So the life goes on, and it's kind of different. You have to step up a little bit, and etc. etc. But it's and also there was also the aspect of also going to meet and to understand better who I am, and the country that's where I was born, and to understand even better that culture, and to meet also musicians from the traditional music musicians. So there were like a lot of aspects, and I wanted really in that more. I mean, questioning myself and doing research for this album and experimenting things, etc. More, I really realized that a human being is more than one place. Human being is like I am not only from Morocco. I am more than that, because I had the chance to live in different countries. So instead of like thinking that sometimes you struggle about identity, etc. But in fact, it's much more than that. And borders are it's one aspect, but it's not only. It doesn't define a person in a one geographic place. And I mean, more I travel and more I realize that the humanity is much, much, much bigger. And in this album, I really wanted to give a tribute to all the people that I met in all these different countries, and all the musicians that I met, that I collaborated with. And also to say, okay, you know what? In this album, I'm going to put everything, all my influences, without restraining myself. Not only jazz, not only soul music, funky music, not only Arabic music, not only Amazigh music. I really said, you know what, I'm putting everything. And yeah, voilà. That's why I called it. I actually, Roi, I looked for this term before I started composing the music. And it's an old Amazigh term. It's a verb, actually, an old verb that explain when a tribe, a group of person, go and help one of the person that's from that group, from that tribe, to extract an essence, like an oil or anything. And it's really that's how I wanted to define this album, like people coming from different background and create this music. So it's me, but it's not only me. It's also all these people. And I don't know if it's clear what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. I wonder, do you think we should listen to a clip from Roi first, or should we listen to? Let's listen to a clip from Roi. We're going to do it as the last one, but I think it makes sense to do it now.
Okay.
So, tell us what clip you chose.
Feen.
Let's pull it up. Let's do Feen first. Okay, so this is the first clip, Feen. For those listening to the podcast, this is going to be on YouTube. So if you want to find it yourself, you can find it, Feen, and you'll find it. Okay, let's listen.
عين في الشرق عين في الغرب ورجلي مغادفين 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 من جهة البحر والماج من جهة الصحراء العطش من جهة الحدود مسدود أنا عايشة بحال شي جزيرة ما عندي فين نمشي ما خارجة فين بلا ورقة بلا فيزا بلا صداع بلا فلوس بلا تبيع من جهة بحر والماج من جهة الصحراء العطش من جهة حدود مسدود أنا عايشة بحال شي جزيرة ما عندي فين نمشي ما خارجة فيه بلا ورقة بلا فيزا بلا صدا بلا فلوس بلا تبيع ding dum da dum ging ding dum king dum dum king ging ding dum ba da ding dum king dum 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 get ding dum king dum ging ging ding dum ba da ding dum king dum ding dum ba da ding king خاصني دايما كون مطبوع أنا حال شيبة خاصني دايما 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 ورجلي ما غادة فين عين في الشعب.
Oh my God. It's so amazing. Oh my God. Yeah. You definitely grew up listening to soul music. There's like Curtis Mayfield dripping from this song. So good. Tell me about the writing process for a song like this. Are you starting with the sort of the lyrics? Are you thinking of these like motifs? Do you hear that bass line first that sort of puts everything together? Like,
alors, this album, usually the way that I'm composing, I often have like a baseline idea. And then the rest comes after. But for this album, I really wanted to have to train myself for another exercise to write music from the lyrics. And that's why also I really wanted to work with more women in Morocco. So actually, I composed all the songs when I was in Morocco, and I collaborated with two writers, ladies writers. And for example, this song, I started writing lyrics, and then I asked this friend, also this writer friends, Toudabu Anani, that at that time she was still living in Morocco, to rewrite something with this text that I gave her, and then from there I wrote the music, and well, this is how I did it for this one.
Yeah, it's amazing. For those who don't understand the lyrics, what is this song about?
This song, so Feen means where, and there's like two subjects that I wanted to talk about. Is there's like the question that where do I belong, and that talks about finally what I just said before, that I belong to more than one geographic place. And also I'm talking about the inequality of some people. It's easy for them to get out from a territory, and for others it's completely insane and inhuman and irrespectful to always beg for a piece of paper. And I'm, for example, in this one, I say I feel like a letter that needs to be stamped each time that I want to get out of this place. Voilà, that's a song about this.
Yeah, it's amazing. And for those who can't see the screen, this music video is basically just you on essentially this, I think it's a bridge or some sort of crossing.
Yes, yeah.
And you're dancing and you're moving. And I was thinking to myself, is this super awkward for her to be watching video? Like, do you like videos of yourself performing, or are you just
I
sort of
hate
cringe?
video. That's why I don't have too much good videos because I'm never happy with it.
I could see it on your face. You were kind of like, why is he making me watch this? Yeah.
But it's a process also. When you sing, when you start singing, it takes time to also listen to yourself. And, and I guess watching yourself, it's also the same kind of process.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
I mean, this music, when I think about it, this sounds like, some albums you can tell are written in the studio and are music for the studio and are meant to be recorded.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a song that's meant to be performed.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you live for the performance part of it? Is that where you really come out?
Definitely. I hate recording, actually. I don't like, I like it. I like to record, but it's like so much pressure for me because I'm kind of like taking care of a lot of things at the same time. But yeah, my love is the performance because I can say that I'm a jazz musician when I think that I like I like to be free on stage. I like to the one of the things that I really careful with when I choose like musicians. It has to always be like musicians that are capable of being super flexible, because I like to change things when I perform in front of people, and to go wherever I want to go in that moment. This is why I love jazz for that. Hello?
Yeah. No, that's no, it's really beautiful. When this is performed live, what is the instrumentation when you guys do it live?
For this project, it's piano and Rhodes, bass, percussions, and two horns, trumpet and sax. Cool. And myself, yeah. But also because I like challenges, I did a few shows also in duets, which is very different also because, when you have all these instruments with the full band, it sounds very easy. And I like that. It's very important for me, for the audience to feel that it's like a simple music, because dancing is important for me, and it's important for me to make people being able to dance. But actually, it's a very complicated music because it's rhythmically it's super rich, and there's like different layers. So when I play in duet, it gives opportunity, or trio also, it gives opportunity for these musicians to have a lot of space, and we can explore again like very different items in the music, and it's actually sounds very much complicated, and it has to be like the audience has they have really to be extremely concentrated to be able to get into the music, and this is what I experienced. When I perform it in duet or on sextet.
Is it just it's you and a bassist basically?
No, when I perform, most of the time is with a piano.
Piano, yeah. Okay, very, very cool. Before we move on to the next one, I just want to ask about that middle section.
Yeah.
What's going on with that middle section? There's like a time change, and there's interesting stuff going on. What's going on in that middle section?
You're talking about this this
Yeah,
this
that
place,
part,
yeah.
exactly.
It's a place where I want to express also the freedom. This is what I want to say. It's like whatever happened, I can just stop everything and just sing something completely different almost. And also in terms of space, it's like that space makes me think that I can be anywhere in the planet or in the space, in the universe. And I could have shoot that video in a desert, but also in a city, or it doesn't, I don't care, but it's just myself and the universe.
Yeah, like I can belong anywhere.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's listen to the second one. Tell us about this.
Zrigh. It's really funny because I didn't thought about the pronunciation for the journalist. I mean, the Western journalist. It's so complicated. Even the title, I really didn't think about that, and I think it's really, really funny. That sometimes, yeah, they have to struggle also because
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to win a Grammy for this this one song.
First of all, the journalist, instead of just the title of the album, most of the time they don't try to say Rwa. They said RWA.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny. And for Zrigh, it's even worse.
Yeah.
So it's actually this song. It's a version of a song from my first album called "A Run," and it's a Amazigh version. It's my bass player, the Warda, who had this idea. He loves this song, and he says, you should be doing like an Amazigh version or Arabic version of this song, and he rearranged it. And actually, it was at the beginning, I wasn't thinking to put it on this recording. It was during the pandemic. I had a demand from, I don't remember if it was Google or Apple. They had like their annual meeting, and they wanted to have like a performance. Online performance, and I did this song for them, and they said, "Oh, you should put it on the recording. It's so cool, like that." And so Zrigh, it's this song. It talks about a person that is looking for her path, and sometimes instead of because of the lack of confidence. This person is sometimes running all over, making like a lot of action, but because of her lack of confidence, sometimes she just doesn't see the essential, the most important thing that she should concentrate it on.
Okay, amazing. So this is on YouTube. You can look it up. I'll spell it out for those who have a hard time understanding. It's Zrigh. Okay, let's listen.
Zrigh.
Yeah.
طول الهوى الهوى أرسقي لك تساروت وغرس تساروت الحياة غير سينا قولينو تنار لبس داري ورتو غايلي تورقا يا كوك يا كوك يا كوك أرسقي الأخرى وللي استسنت ما من كرات تغارس كغارس جيت جاري زريغ الهو جيت جاري لا 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 جيت جاري زريغ الهو جيت جاري لا 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 أي مالية 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 لا لا لا
Malika, for time, I'm going to just stop it real quick. Tell us a little bit about what is that? What is the instrument? There's
Kora.
Yeah, so there's percussion, there's bass, and the third one is?
Kora.
Kora.
Yeah,
is this
kora.
only, I haven't seen that instrument actually like performed live in front of my eyes. Is this only specific to sort of Morocco more broadly, or it's all over the region?
No. It's not a Moroccan instrument. You see that in Senegal, in Mali. Yeah, Mauritanian, they have like different kind of kora, but yeah, it's more sub-Saharan instruments.
It's amazing. So I have some sort of just like nerdy musical questions. Is there a specific form that this is following? Is this a specific type of song?
It's really an Amazigh rhythm, first of all. Okay. Like a 12/8 with a Moroccan the Amazigh feel. Mm-hmm. What else can I say? That's it.
Yeah. And that the bass line is so cool.
Yes, yeah. That usually the bass players usually they enjoy my music because there's like
it's a solo. All the entire song is a solo.
But because I also I used to do a lot of a cappella, part of a lot of a cappella bands projects, and most of the time I was the one who sings the bass line, and I really enjoy doing that. And mixed with Moroccan music, there's a lot of comment on dit déjà, des mesures composed rhythms. You know, and it's it's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. It also is like very clearly dance music.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, and the secret to dance music is bass lines. Okay, let's talk about the third one, and then we're going to wrap up pretty soon. So tell us a little bit about the third one.
Yalla tnam Rima. It's a song that everybody in the Arabic world, everybody knows this big hit song that was made famous and wrote for Farid. I think it was for a musical, and it's a lullaby. And I sing it a lot to my daughter when she was born, and from singing it all over and over and over, I started to have some other ideas, completely different. Maybe for some people it's not anymore. It doesn't. It's not belonging to a lullaby repertoire. But this is how it started, and also at some point I wanted also to. I started singing some melody that's are very like this Malian phrase that they sing. And Alioune, with whom I worked for this album, said, "Oh, you should maybe we should invite Mama Niketa, who's an amazing Malian singer." And we did a duet at the end, and it was cool. Yeah. So
Amazing. All right, let's listen to Yalla tnam.
Yeah.
What a cool reimagination. In your mind, are these, I mean, when you do this stuff like this, are you laughing when you're doing it? Are you like, oh my God, this is so much fun that we're like completely reimagining this?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, and especially this one. Yeah.
Do you like, I mean, because you've spent time in the world of jazz as well, do you like this idea of standards and sort of reimagining other people's songs? Do you like that practice? Is that fun for you?
But it's the base of jazz.
Yeah, of course.
Really. And that was my training. This is how I learned. I studied music, and I like this exercise.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to wrap up by doing our quick Q&A.
Also, I just wanted to say that this album, I recorded it in 3 different places. In New York, in Paris, and in Agadir, Morocco. And I have a bunch of amazing musicians. I think there's 13 or 14, actually 15 people, or 16, I don't remember, and 9 nationalities. I think it makes sense. I wanted to share that with you.
So nice. Beautiful. Let's do the quick Q&A and then we'll wrap up. So what are you reading or listening to or watching these days? What recommendations do you have?
Right now I just started a book that's it's a Woman in Jazz. Cool. Just studying it. It's always interesting and inspiring to read about life from different times also. And
beautiful.
Good. And I'm watching actually a series of Njinga, the queen. I name my daughter after this lady, and she's so powerful woman. And actually, there's a lot of powerful women in Africa and Middle East, etc. that we don't know about. And when my daughter was born, I said I should really, give her get inspired from women like that. Yeah,
beautiful. Who would you love to shadow for a day, past or present?
Wow, I like this one. At some point I read this book from this writer. I don't remember where is she from. It's her name is Lamia Ziadeh, I think. And it was I traveled with her, and it was from the 1915 to. And it was all this story of intellectual, cultural people in Lebanon, Egypt, and all this.
Are you talking about Meziede?
Yes, yeah.
Meziede. Her story is heartbreaking, beautiful but heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, and. I would have loved to be like a little Missouri. How do you say Missouri in English? A little mouse at that time, and it's just also make me think of it's incredible how human being we forget really, really, really quickly. And it's always amazed me how a continent, a country can have an amazing flourishing time, a creative time, and open time, and then go to the darkest time of history. It's so fascinating. It's always fascinating. This period.
I want to change the next question. It's to what song do you put on when you're having a terrible day and you just need to get yourself to smile? You're having an awful day. What song do you put on?
The song
or album do you put on?
Oh, wow. This is a tough question. I can't answer this question.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you were going to say like Stevie Wonder or Aretha Franklin or yeah.
I love all these people.
Yeah.
It's, I don't have a specific. I mean, for a different reason. I will always find all my the people that inspires me. I will always find something that really will cheer me up.
Yeah. Okay. And last one, if you could collaborate with any artist from the past, who would it be? Anyone?
I guess I would love to do something because I love his compositions and he's so unique. Thelonious Monk.
Yeah, of course. And I think he would just be such a fun person to hang out with.
Yes, also his craziness and
his craziness and just I feel like I would just be writing down things that he said, all these quotes. Yes. Well, anyone who's listening can find your music online on YouTube. They can find you on social media. Malika Zarra or Malika Zarra, MALIKAZARRA. Malika, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. And I love your music.
Thank you so much, Mikey. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, Afikra Music, Afikra
yeah, exactly.
podcast for doing this and how do you say? I mean, showing all this amazing people, artists, and intellectual, and anything entrepreneurs. Yeah. That's very important.
And hopefully I can hear your music live in New York or Paris or somewhere.
Actually, I will be in New York on May 26th. Okay, I know it's far, but at Joe's Pub, you already can get your tickets.
Great. We love Joe's Pub.
Yes.
Okay, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.